Welcome to the start of another reading vlog. Well, this week's reading vlog is an interesting one because I'm gonna be focusing on actually trying to read all the various mangas that I have read in my youth. So when I was much younger, the very first anime that I actually came across and was recommended to me by my sister was actually Shugochara. And I watched that when I was 10 years old, and I instantly became obsessed with anime and manga in general. And then I went on to read Fruits Basket, which became the quintessential manga that got me into all types of shoujo manga and anime. For this reading vlog, I'll be reading Kitchen Princess. And wow, that one is truly nostalgic to me. It was in that time period where I wished that I could be a patissier. I wish that I could be a pastry chef. And watching all these pretty girls and their pretty baking creations and desserts, and I was just like, yes, may I thrive in the environment, may I truly be able to be as talented as them, but alas, I am not. So I live vicariously through them and their beautiful desserts and creations. So I'll be reading one of the cult favorites, Kitchen Princess, and my own personal favorite, Kitchen Princess. It's about a girl who's an orphan, and her parents died when she was of a certain age, so she remembers that they died, and they are pastry chefs. And so she dreams of becoming a pastry chef to honor them. But additionally, when she was very young and she was so depressed about the fact that her parents died, she stumbles upon a boy who gives her this flan pudding and gives her a special spoon that indicates this school that shows this special school where this pudding prince comes from. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna be a pastry chef, but also I'm gonna find this flan pudding prince that saved me and that gave me such hope with that flan pudding. And that's essentially the start of the story. So I'll keep you guys updated. Very excited. I know that I'll fly through this series really quickly. I can anticipate that because I'm so in love with the story when I was very young, and I truly hope that it lives up to the hype. So keep you guys updated. I got an update. I've read up to volume 4, so I'm about to start volume 4 of Kitchen Princess, and god damn, it is as good as I remember. um Well, I really love the recipes that are in the manga itself, because at the very end of each volume they'll actually give you the recipes for all the food that they did in the manga, and that was super cool. And so I think I want to try some of them for fun, but yeah, I don't have the ingredients, so we'll think about it. And okay, so where we are in the story right now is that our main character Najika, she is going to the school where she'll be trained to be a chef. But you realize that this is just a typical high school in that sense, where there's not really, it's like a bunch of special people or ordinary high school people get to go there, but it's clearly a prestigious high school of some sort. But it's like those all in one international schools where you have primary school and then middle school and then high school all in one place. But she obviously goes to high school, and everybody's being so damn mean to her because she's in the class that is special, where they all have their own special talents. Like example, like they win violin competitions, or they are like supermodels whatsoever. And Najika doesn't seem to have a special talent, or she doesn't know what her special talent is. So when people ask her like, hey girl, what is your talent, why are you here in special class A? And then she's like, I don't know, I just eat lots, I go for all you can eat competitions and win them.
and they make fun of her and they kind of hate her for it. And they're so elitist and they're kind of assholes. And I'm so angry because Najika is so kind and sweet, and she just like wants to cook for everybody and just wants to be her thing, like want to do her thing and be happy. And everybody's just there to bring her down and be like, "You're just a peasant girl who's trying to take a special place in the school, and like, and can you just like go away?" And I'm like, you're just so mean. Like, let her have an education, please. And so we have already been introduced to our two main male leads who are brothers. And obviously, I'm already very apparent to one brother, Daiichi, who I preferred when I was reading the manga, and now I'm still preferring over. And we are also introduced to one of the like antagonists, sort of, called Akane, and she's kind of a bitch, and she's like the childhood friend of the two boys, and you know she's like the pretty popular girl in the school, that is a supermodel, and she just kind of hates Najika's guts because she's like, I don't like a girl who's different. I don't like a girl who is like, you know, a wannabe anything, and she's so mean to her. So yeah, and because I finished up to volume 3, I did not remember this particular part in the manga, which is trigger warnings for an eating disorder. Because, I mean, it's not about spoiling the plot, but I find that this is very important to talk about just in case someone will get triggered by, like, scenes of an person actually trying to purge food out of their stomach for someone who is actually not eating and trying to lose weight. And even though it's not say very graphic in the way that um our mangaka has drawn it to be, but those scenes I feel could be very triggering to someone who has ED before, and suffers from anorexia or bulimia of some sorts. And so I feel like it's important to let people know that there is a significant part where ED is being displayed, and so if you find that you're being triggered by that, to probably not read volume 2, because volume 2 was almost completely dedicated to one of the characters going through that. I won't say who so that there will be some mystery, but um if that triggers you, then yeah. And so other than that, I find that we are talking a lot about grief and loss of like important people, or especially for Najika because she lost her parents. And sometimes you see like like the merely mean character Akane actually in fact hates her so much that she literally goes up to her and says like, well, what would you know, you have no family. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so rude. And the thing is, Najika is still so kind as to be like, yeah, I know that, and that hurts me, but you know what, I know that you're not saying this out of the fact that you're actually malicious, but you're just angry. And she actually forgives her and stuff. I'm like, girl, she's too good for you. You guys don't deserve Najika. She's so kind. So that's where I am right now. Every day has been a fun day at school, but all the popular girls in school, all the mean girls in school are trying to get to her and trying to like play around with her. And Akane is like interested in Daiichi, so she's not happy that Najika likes no, she's not happy that Daiichi seems to be interested in Najika, and she's just like trying to sabotage their relationship together, as in just it being a friendship right now, she's trying to sabotage it. And she's like telling Daiichi like, oh Daiichi, can you like not spend time with Najika? Can you not have like one-on-ones with her? And I'm like, girl, you ain't his girlfriend. Who are you to tell him those things? So that's where we are right now. But honestly, Kitchen Princess, like the actual pages of the mangas, like the actual illustrations are so pretty. Like I love it. It's like the typical shoujo manga with the big eyes and the pretty everything. And oh, I wish there was some color to it, but oh else. Yeah, so I'm enjoying it. It's so easy to fly through. So whoever reads this will probably enjoy it. If you enjoy, like, if you've ever read Oran High School, like that kind of manga set in those kind of prestigious school, you guys will love this. Like, yeah. So I'll continue reading it, um, and I'll keep you guys updated. I just want to cut in real quick because the angst. Oh my gosh, no, it's the miscommunication because obviously I told you that the bitch Akane is trying to sabotage their friendship, and now it's being sabotaged, and they're not communicating, and she's trying to communicate, but he doesn't want to talk about it. And bitch, what the fudge? Like, if your friendship matters enough, please just talk to each other. I mean, I know he doesn't see her as a friend, but still, if you matter so much, if she matters so much, you should talk it out. Teenagers will be teenagers. I mean, I definitely was something like that when I was younger. Are you? I don't know.
I finished Kitchen Princess. Whatever you saw last night of me crying, I got nothing to say for myself, nothing to prove. So I'm gonna do my makeup as I talk about Kitchen Princess. Spoiler free, of course, because I want you guys to read it. I just want you guys to understand what's so great about it. So, telenovela who? Just read Kitchen Princess. You want to watch Taiwanese drama that is of 100+ episodes? Don't bother. Just watch Kitchen Princess, because this thing is so ridiculous and dramatic. Like, for real, gosh, like, is this even real life? No, obviously. And Kitchen Princess definitely does not emulate real life in any shape or form. It's absolutely ridiculous, and you just gotta go with the flow when reading this. Well, I find that a lot of mangas, they usually like that. Like, they just don't have real life situations. Like, it's really absolutely ridiculous. It's just a drama. And so going the flow and just enjoying it for what it is instead of questioning everything and everything was probably the easiest thing to do. But wow, I don't remember it being as dark as I thought. So yesterday I mentioned about the eating disorder part. Yeah, well, like, why we keep talking about death too, and why does death keep occurring? Like, what's going on? Isn't this just a fluffy story about a girl who wants to like become a pastry chef? Like, why are we in so much pain? Why are we talking about her parents' death? Why are people bullying her to no ends? What's going on? I'm pretty certain that the author hates Nachika, because why else will she do that to her? Why else will she make her main character suffer many, many, many ordeals until the very end? But honestly, I feel like everything was okay. Like, especially volume 2 was a little bit nonsensical, and volume 3 was starting to get a little bit more intense in terms of like betrayals and characters coming to themselves and whatsoever. But why I like Kitchen Princess so much is probably because theoretically, when I think about it, certain parts are really realistic in terms of parents' expectations. So a lot of the characters in the manga actually face like pretty extreme parental expectations, and it's just so unhealthy. But they actually like mentally become a little bit, how would I put it? They get really obsessed with their parents' expectations or the expectations of the adults around them. And it's just so not fair. Like, they become so sad and so deprived of a childhood and life because they're so busy thinking about what other people want. Like, one of the characters is a new character, and he didn't love cooking so much. Like, you can tell that he doesn't love cooking, but he feels like cooking is something that he's good at, and it's just a mathematical formula that he has to solve. And you can see how he transforms, and you realize that he's such an asshole only because of the people around him who constantly ruin the one thing that he loves in life. And that's just so depressing to me. I find it to be so damn sad. This manga is just out to get all these kids and to show that, wow, society, And that's the thing though. I think with every culture, with every single culture, parents have the most highest expectations of you, whether it be actually academic or on a like on a curricular activity like playing the piano, playing the violin, I don't know, dancing, yeah, modeling, whatever. Point is, parents and their expectations can really weigh down on a child and like cause a lot of like trauma and sadness, you know? The biggest review that came out later was about Daichi, one of the love interest, which we find out later on the situation that happens with his mom and how his relationship with his dad was actually something that was less than his relationship with his dad was not so much about his dad really not loving him and his dad just like pushing him away, but and Daichi pushing him away too, but the dad actually orchestrated for it to be done. He orchestrated this whole entire thing orchestrated this whole thing where Daichi would like come to hate him, which is so sad because when you found out why he did it, you can tell that as a parent he's really selfless despite all the negativity that he has been exhibiting towards our main character Najika. And so you see the pains of this grown man trying to like get over the death of his wife, which is Daichi and Sora's mom, and then afterwards just having to deal with all the turmoils and troubles that comes with running the school and running his family. So that was actually quite insightful, and I was very appreciative of that part that happened. You know, that made me very, very sad. And I think I cried because I knew how painful that was, like to see a character be so self-sacrificial in order to save his son, in terms of like you'll get it when you read it kind of thing, you know? Yeah, but mostly the crying truly came from the fact that the freaking angst of this romance, like, because the characters went back and forth with liking each other, not liking each other, in terms of like Daichi really obviously liking our main character, that was obvious, but it was very quickly shown in the volume that Najika obviously prefers her flan prince and she's very like obsessed with finding him and whatsoever. And you're like, okay girl, but why the obsession? Like, I get it, he saved your life, but like, can we just look at this boy and how he's doing so much shit for you, like unconditionally so, like he just loves you so much that he's just like doing whatever for you. And okay, the best thing about these characters is that when they do something wrong, they actually apologize for what they did, and they actually acknowledge what they did was wrong. Like Daichi at some point like kisses her without her consent, and I was just like, ew, can we like not, this is not it, like ew, don't just kiss a girl because you like her, like at least ask for her consent, for real. And after this he apologizes for it and he said like, yeah, I'm sorry for like doing that to you, and that was very rude of me. And I was like, yes, a girl likes, I mean, I'm the girl, a girl likes a man who knows how to apologize for the wrong things that he did. Even if he didn't know it was wrong then, it's fine that he acknowledges it and changes. So after that incident, honestly, he became this really, really selfless guy and just like wanted to love Najika even if she didn't necessarily love him back. And I was like, oh, how can you not love him? How can you not feel for this guy who is giving up so much of his life to be there for her but not getting anything back? I think that is love, right? Selfless in its true nature. And it was really beautiful to see him, you know, coming to himself and just realizing that what matters more is to be able to see her and have her near him, and yet even if she doesn't return his love yet, that most importantly that they get to be close and be friends, you know. And that's so important, and I find that, wow, I truly can admire such a quality in a guy, and he is wonderful. Like, yes, approve of that kind of guy. Clearly you can tell that I love Kinship Princess a lot, and in my second reread, realizing how dark it is in its own ways, despite the little fun cooking stuff. Like, no, it's not about those things. It's really dark in terms of expectations, death, bullying. How is this school allowing all this kind of crap in this place? But other than talking about all the great things that I've read when it comes to Kitchen Princess, there are a lot of things where I'm also like, this is kind of convenient. And so, like I said, that a lot of things are extremely ridiculous, and it's so damn annoying that that actually at one point I felt like they did a character dirty, like they really did that character dirty by using the character as a plot device, essentially, because they don't want to have to go through that whole ordeal of having to deal with this character and how things will change the course of the story if the character changes or whatever. So they just happily got rid of the character. Like, oh my god, like what a the character's too important to be a plot device for real. Why did they do that? That's just so evil towards the character. Like, please, they deserve a whole lot better than that. A lot of the plotting points are so damn convenient and weird, but honestly, manga of the time period, or manga in general, it's just like that. Like, it's a lot of convenient shit going on. Just a little warning, because I guess when people go into manga, if they have never read any manga before, they would find it so damn ridiculous. Like, how can people just take this as face value and be okay with it? But you just gotta take it as face value. Just think of it as like I said, a telenovela. Like, it's ridiculous, but you still love it, right? You still love the drama, right? So yeah, just go in with that. But that means I finished a manga for the weekend already because it's really short. It's just 8 volumes. So I've picked something new up that is from my list of manga recs, which I'm gonna put here so you can see like the manga stuff that I've been I collected this whole time to read. Decided to pick Zettai, Heiwa, Daisakusen. So it's about 2 characters that go into arranged marriages. You know, I don't like arranged marriages in manga, but this is it. Yeah. So they go into an arranged marriage to stop the war that their 2 countries are having. And dude, they're so cute. Like, obviously they both didn't like each other at first, but clearly the prince character is starting to fall in love with her first. And the thing is, gotta say that it's progressing rather fast. Like, it's just like, oh, every chapter is about them growing in their relationship more and not really addressing anything else. But so she is the one who's very against him. She's like, you killed my people, and I don't love you, I hate you, I'm just marrying you out of like a treaty, for a peace treaty. So that's where we are right now, and they're starting to love each other a little more, and my heart's breaking a little because they're so sweet, but they're facing a lot of turmoil with their relationship not because they don't love each other, or they don't know that they love each other anymore. They really do at this point know that they love each other, but it's because the people are not the most supportive. At first, they were like, okay, fine, but there's a lot of turmoil when it comes to the 2 countries where they are always fighting in some senses. So when they're not happy with each other or politically not in a good place, then they would totally not approve of the 2. And because they have so much history of bloodshed between the 2 of them, it's very hard for them to want to stay together, even though the whole point of their alliance was to stop the war. I'll keep you guys updated. I hope you're enjoying the vlog because it's manga only. Although I've not read anything else. Oh yeah, since I actually finished my makeup, let's go put my fringe down. Ooh. Looks nice. Bye! it's time to end this vlog. Okay, what I've read so far in this vlog was one of the greatest mangas of all time, which is Kitchen Princess, and I talked about it and finished it. And also, I was reading Zettai Heiwa Daisakusen, which I explained to be a romance between two warring countries that are at war with each other, and two characters marry each other for political alliance, but actually they are enemies and they don't like each other, which they eventually turn to lovers. And Zettai Heiwa Daisakusen is not like the best manga that I've ever read, but it's actually exceptionally cute. But I definitely think that it's kind of a bit too short, and as a series as a whole, I can only probably give it a max of 3 stars. Because it's too short, the romance progressed a little bit too fast, and we're not really getting much about the world around them. And I wish that they did more with this series, because they definitely could, but I enjoyed what I could get, and it was still really heartbreaking and yet at the same time incredibly sweet. So that is the end of the vlog, that I managed to read 2 great fun mangas that I have been enjoying in the past, and I'll continue to do a manga reading series of vlogs. But let me know if you guys enjoy this and that you want more manga recommendations from me, because I'm going through all this list to hope to recommend some great mangas for you guys. And if you have any mangas that you yourself enjoy, please let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!